Okay, hello there morons, it's Victor, King of the Morons, Godfather J Vlog here with a new contraption that I've kind of, I think the expression, the politically correct expression is Jimmy rig, I think, I don't know, is that offensive somehow? Anyway, there we go, I'm going to go on the bicycle now, give you a little tour. I'm going to go through Nagoya Station, and this way I'll be able to keep the, you'll be able to hear my voice because it'll be really close to the camera, and you'll still be able to see what I'm seeing. So cool, let's go! Okay, I think we're live. Let's check. Yes, we're live. Okay, here we are. I've got the, this is a new contraption. I got the camera near my face, near my mouth. When it's on my head, you guys can't really hear my voice so well. Now, there is some wind. There's some wind problems. The new GoPros have an adapter for a microphone, which I bought, but it doesn't work. I don't know why. So that's annoying. 25 bucks down the drain. Well, I still get a microphone that works, but the adapter didn't work. It was an adapter and a microphone. Anyway, that's not what this is about. This is a laundry log and a letter to little Godzilla. It's a slash letter to little Godzilla slash tour of my neighborhood, my trip to school. Oh, here's a woman with a baby. So I have to appreciate this more often. See? Kids all covered and shit. Japanese are really different in their mindsets about children. I was talking to Sayuli Sei yesterday about this. She's coming to Nagoya this weekend. She's one of my, she and Cat McDowell, two of my favorite musicians, period. And they both happen to be half Kiwi and half Japanese. Both beautiful women. Anyway, and really nice, just really nice people. They're both Christians too, which is something I'm not really about, but I completely respect them. Anyway, there's another mother. You know, you start noticing kids all the time when you're a new father. Here's another mother. 3 mothers I've just passed. Less than 5 minutes, and they said Japan is shrinking. I saw some reports saying Japan is not actually shrinking anymore, but anyway. So, I was talking to Sayuli, and she's coming this weekend to Nagoya. And she wants me to come to her show, of course. It's a free show in Atsuta Jingu, Atsuta Shrine. And I want to go. Of course, my priorities right now are the kid, little Godzilla, and my wife, Yoko. That said, I'm actually going to school now to do a video shoot with Tomoko. Oops. Don't look, not looking both ways before you cross the street. So anyway, so I said to Yoko, I said, let's go down to the shopping mall, you know, what's the big deal? Gotta get out of the house, you know, a little fun. You know, sit in a big shopping mall, very safe, very family, blah, blah. She said, no, can't expose the kid to germs and stuff. I'm like, really? So, long story short, we had a little, not really a fight, but a little discussion. In Japan, they don't really like to take their kids to crowded places, hitogomi, where there are places. Gomi in this case is not garbage, but crowded. Hito is person. Hitogomi means where there are crowds of people. I guess I think she said hitogomi garu tokoro wa. So I can't go to places where there are a lot of people because there's a chance that the kid could pick up some kind of you know, influenza. Well, that's what she said. If he gets influenza, it's going to be all hell, you know. So we don't want the kid to get influenza. Wow, this is so weird. We're going right to Nagoya Station, and look how empty the street is. I have a feeling that I would think the property value in this area would be very high, but a lot of old buildings and stuff. Look at that. They're pretty, huh? Old women working here forever. Oh, today I'm wearing these gloves. These are Gunte. Actually, I'm just showing them to. It's not really necessary, but I want to show you because this is a really cheap way to get gloves. You can get these at the Hyakuen shop for like I think 3 or 4 for $1, or you can buy a whole bag. And people buy them all the time, so they're actually good for jogging and shit too. They're cotton. They let you breathe, and they're cheap as hell. Just throw them away if they're great for moving or doing any kind of dirty work. Handling hose, you know, just kidding. Not very popular in the sex industry. So I wanna make this video kind of to Little Godzilla when you get older, so you understand the differences. I should be addressing you, I guess, but I want to tell you what happened this week because it's kind of a mess. So last week, my old friend, my old college roommate, came to visit Japan with his family, and I don't want to give any personal information about him because he's a very private person. So he came to Japan, and he was only going to be in Kyoto for a couple days, and he was with his family, and they invited us to come see him. And of course, Yoko didn't want to come, but she had planned to come back from her jika, from her, grandma and grandpa's house on the weekend, and spend it at our house, at our main house. She had planned to do that, but when I heard about my friend, being in town, I was a bit, well, what should I do, right? Because this is I haven't seen the guy in maybe 23 years or so. 22 years or so. I was at his wedding. I was best man at his wedding 25 years ago. But I haven't seen him since then. We haven't really kept in touch. And anyway. And he doesn't even have a Facebook or anything like that. So it's kind of a rare chance to meet him. So I told Yoko, I said, what do you think? I can meet him, in New York City or another city in the States. He does a lot of business in New York, so I don't think he actually lives there. But we can meet him some other time. And she said, no, seikaku dakara, this is your chance. You haven't seen him so long. You should go. So I said, okay. So of course I went. I finished my work on Saturday. Jumped on the 4 o'clock or something. 4 o'clock, 4:30, I don't know. Got on the Shinkansen. Rushed over to Kyoto. Got lost. Got on the wrong bus. Even people who speak Japanese get lost. I wasn't the only one. 2 guys got lost on the subway, on the bus, the wrong bus. So I'm just taking you around Nagoya Station so you can appreciate it. Anyway, this is a Koban. They're really friendly actors. I've had long conversations with the police officer here. So I got lost, and I should take one earphone out of my ear. So anyway, long story short, I spent the evening. We had a great dinner. We went to actually a Maiko place, and it was good. And then I went home that night. Got the last train back. Got home. Really good time, okay? Great to see my old friend. The next day was the Penis Festival, or the Honnen Matsuri, which you've probably seen, or maybe have not seen. I've got a video up for that. And here's McDonald's. People having meetings at McDonald's. Yeah, so we have that. So I went to that, right? In the morning, I met two J viewers, people who watch me and they wanted to meet me, and I said, okay, so let's meet. So we met, we had a good time. And of course, there's free alcohol, all you can drink, free alcohol there. And so we drank quite a bit. I met tons of foreigners. You can see the video, tons of people I met. A lot were friends, a lot were not friends, people who just watch my videos, and just new friends, people who don't know anything about me. And it was a good time. Look at this. Anyway, so I came back that evening about 4 o'clock, and she was pretty ticked off. It was one of those misunderstandings where I said, call me when you want me to come home, I can come pretty early, No hurries, blah, blah. No worries. No, not no hurries, no worries. But she didn't call me. She just assumed I would be back early. And she didn't come back early. So she was, of course, pretty pissed off. She was with the baby all day, alone. She had decided to come back to my house anyway and wait for me. Okay? And I think she might have been there on the day before. No, the day before she wasn't. She came on Sunday only. That was Sunday. So on Sunday, she's pretty pissed off, right? So I come back. She's pissed off. So the first lesson learned here, Kyokun no eta, by the way, is the Japanese. Kyokun o eru means to learn your lesson. The first lesson I learned is, even if your wife says, go ahead and do whatever you want, and I know this lesson, but even if a woman says that, Or a guy for that matter. If your lover or loved one says, do whatever you want, don't. That's a sure sign not to do whatever you want. That's a sure sign to listen very closely and make sure that you do not do whatever. Say Shema, sumimasen. This woman says love dogs. That's funny. Back of a t-shirt. Congratulations on that. So yeah, she was pretty pissed off. And then and she came to the house with no, we bought a really expensive baby chair. And which is another source of stress, because our neighbor gave us a really expensive one too, but it didn't have instructions, and those things are really complicated to use if you've never used one. You have no idea how to use them. It takes a rocket scientist to figure out how to use them. So our neighbor gave us a really nice one, really expensive one, right? But old, and full of stain, like vomit and kid juice all over it. Kid juice, whatever the hell that is. That sounds sick, but vomit and stuff. It was stained and crap, but it was a very very popular name brand. And going against the red light. Sorry, breaking the law here. So the problem is they live across the street, and they gave it to us, so we did our best to try to use it, but it was missing a major headrest section to it, and without replacing that, it's basically useless. And they didn't have it, and they gave us a link. You can buy one that kind of fits it, but it's not the same one. It doesn't quite fit it. So it's like buying Sony speakers for a Panasonic stereo system. I mean, it's fine, but of course, Yoko wanted the best for our kid, not her kid, our kid. Slip of the tongue there. Yoko wanted us to get the best possible. Here we go. For the kid, for the car, baby car chair, whatever it's called, baby car chair, baby car chair. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, she wanted the best, something safe, not just the best, but safe. So if you bought something that didn't quite fit, it didn't feel as safe. So we ended up buying a new one. And then we had this old one like sitting around taking up room, so that was another source of stress. And then of course the fear of the neighbors who live across the street noticing. Of course they're going to notice, right? But we didn't tell them. Sorry, we didn't feel safe with the gift you gave us, so that's another pain in the ass. Anyway, that's sitting around the house. I got off on a tangent there. What's going on here? Little stands or something. Food stalls? Let's see what this is. Oh, food stall. Oh. Food stalls, that's nice. Let me see here. Give you guys this is a famous Nana-chan, by the way. Heaven is between a woman's legs. That's my old joke. So let's do that. Yes. But if you cross through her legs with your girlfriend or boyfriend, you will break up. That's the legend. Some kind of food. Karaage. Karaage and pizza. Fritto pizza. Fritto pizza. Okay, so anyway, here's the long and short of it. Yoko was in a really, really foul mood. And yeah. So at the end of the Sunday, at the end of the penis festival, I went back with her holding the baby in my lap, which is kind of dangerous. It's not a far trip, but we went back to her parents' house. And we went back to her parents' house. And I got there, and the baby started crying, so I'm like walking the baby around, and Yoko's just really stressed out. I don't blame her. This is not your mom's fault. Little Godzilla, not your fault. So I start walking in a circle, just basically pacing, right? I'm pacing around in a circle. And she somehow doesn't notice that I'm pacing in a circle, and I can't see because I'm holding you at my eye level. And she gets in my way, and I step on her. I stepped on your mother. And she kind of snapped, and she goes, so she started crying, and she went upstairs to her room, and she said, her old room, her high school room. She said, you take care of him. That's it, I'm going to sleep. And she said, Yoroshiku ne. I'm asking you to take care of it. So I'm like, I'm really calm. The more excited and upset people get, the calmer I get, generally speaking. except with my brother. I think I get pretty, kind of lose my cool with him when we have fights, which is not very often, but anyway. So I'm calm, and then her parents come home, and then the kid keeps crying. So after a few minutes, she actually comes down again. She comes downstairs, and I say, and the mother notices she's crying. What happened? You know, and they whisper something in the kitchen, like, "Oh, Victor's an asshole," whatever. He does whatever he wants. He's so selfish, kind of thing. I'm sure something like that, which is fair, whatever. So then, oh look, this guy's dreadlocks on his chin. Pretty. He's got like chin braids. Higa kakui na. So then, the mother she's upset now, right? The father's like quietly upset. Maybe he doesn't really show emotion. He likes me fine, I think. We get along. But he's not much of a talker to anybody, so anyway, the mom gets really, you know, our grandma, I guess we should call her, gets really upset. She's like, Victor, you have to try harder, you have to cooperate more. Kyoryōku shite kudasai. And she gets on her hands and knees. Well, she's already on the floor because they all sit on the floor in Japanese houses. They don't even have a couch there, you know. So she sits on the floor, she kneels on the floor, and she does the old dogesa type of thing. And says, pleads with me to be a better man, a better husband. And I'm embarrassed, you know. It's like, well, first of all, it's not like I did a terrible thing. I just, you know, I did what she told me to, which is go out and enjoy myself. And I stepped on her by accident, and that's why she snapped. And it's the baby, you know, she's, you know, it's your fault, buddy. You know, you take a lot of time, take a lot of energy, so she snapped. So the mom's all like upset. So after that, I decided, okay, I've got to, it's, you know, it's irrelevant about who's right, who's wrong. The only solution is to make things smooth and easier for her, because she's just stressed out. So the next day, Monday night, after my class, I rush home, I jump in the car, and rush to her house. That's really what I do, okay? And I do that. Okay, so they're like surprised because they don't expect me. So I take care. I do my live English show from her house using a Wi-Fi box because they don't have internet. Like this is the other reason it's like I would move in over there, except I need the internet, right? It's kind of my job, not just YouTube, but other stuff I do. I'm on the internet. They don't have internet, so I bought a Wi-Fi and I do the show from there. And then it cuts out one time, but it's okay. Your Wi-Fi is weaker than regular old internet, so anyway, so that happens. The next day I come over, I tell them I'm coming over again. And they're like, oh, this time they're prepared, right? So when I get there, let's check this out. Check out this love hotel and look down there. Look at all the ducks. You guys see the ducks? Or geese or whatever the hell they are. So I used to come right to this bridge when I rode my bicycle to school. And Maggie and I would just look over the edge, and Maggie would just look at them and then bark a couple times. And she was happy. Oh, God. I'm barking. This is a beautiful little river, except it's not, except it's dirty. Like they could clean it up and they could turn this into some kind of tourist attraction, I'm sure. But, you know, you have to put some money into it. Anyway, so Tuesday. I come back and I think it's the 16th, 17th now, right? Yeah, March 17th. And she's waiting for me at the door with 5 huge bags of all her kind of temporary luggage and the baby bath and all this stuff and a futon, baby futon. So then I realized, oh, it has started. Meaning you are finally coming home. So yeah. So on the 17th of March 2015, you moved in to live with us. And you moved back into our house, and we became a family. I felt like, wow, this is the day when, you know, no more honeymoon, no more limbo. It's real life now. Yeah, and the first night, it's tough. To giving you a bath is a pain in the neck because she's real paranoid about getting water in your ears. I'm like, you know, get water in your ears, I'll just hold you upside down until the water fell out of your ears, right? What's the big deal? She wants to make sure no water gets in your ears. And there's this whole process to giving you a bath. And then putting lotion on top. And of course, I think the first day you pooped in the bath, which is kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, your poop is not so disgusting. It's like yellow flakes of cornflakes or something. And you're always like diuretic. I guess that's normal for babies. All your poops are like explosions, little water balloons of curry exploded in your diapers. So the first day, the bath was tough. Then getting you to bed. Didn't get to bed till like 12:30, right? Couldn't do my live show that night. Had to cancel suddenly because of the kid, because of you. I guess. Then, well, anyway, that's the start. So, but here's the good thing. So you slept like till 5 a.m., which is a lot. Like you usually wake up every 3 hours, but you slept like 4.5 hours, which is just great. I mean, it doesn't seem like much, but you only woke us up, I think, once during the night, fed you. And you know, the thing about your mom is she doesn't want to tell you what to do. She wants you to know what to do. So as you're growing up, please remember that. And with many people in this world, they often, even I'm sure even probably you and me at this point, you know, we often don't want to have to tell people what to do. They should know. They should know what needs to be done. So with your mom, like she starts cleaning the toilet on Wednesday. I'm like, let me do that. She goes, have you cleaned the toilet all since I'm gone? I'm like, yeah, a little bit, but I mean, just the obvious stuff. Why do I have to, why do I have to clean the toilet, right? It's for, I mean, how thoroughly do I have to clean it? This woman's checking me out over here. So anyway, that's, I told her, you got to tell me, you know? I just told her, you got to tell me, Victor, clean the toilet. It's not a big deal. I can't read your mind. Communication stuff, you know? And remember, your mom's Japanese and I'm a Gaijin, and I don't know what it's going to be like for you because you're half between each way. So it's a question, you know? Are you gonna understand her better than me? Probably. Oh, and in basically that's the whole story. That's all I want to tell you. This is how you moved into the house, and it was tough. But now we're in our third day now, and things kind of is almost settled down a little bit. Things are much better. You cry a lot. You want to be held a lot. But there's sometimes when we put you down and you don't cry, especially after you just ate. You seem to like stare into space like a stoner half the time. Especially after you drink milk, you're like, whoa, you're like high from the milk, I guess. Which is kind of funny. Your eyes seem to follow sound and movement a little bit, but you don't really seem to focus too much on anything yet. Remember, you were born a few weeks early, so I imagine your eyes are a little bit, taking a little bit more time than normal to get good, you know, at looking at things, right? I guess that's about it. Oh yeah, the last thing is because of you, I've had to really slow down the YouTube output because, you know, you're taking a lot of time. Here's another mother, fourth mother. That's a nice baby stroller, right? It's got an airbag in there too. Oh, that must be for car. That must be one of those that's good for car and for strolling. That's a good idea. I've thought about that. I don't know why. When I first saw that invention on TV, I thought that was a great idea. But now, of course, when we bought ours, I completely forgot about it. We have a separate stroller and a separate car seat. But it's kind of easier to fiddle with it. So I guess that's all I have to tell you for now. I've walked you around the neighborhood a couple times. I've introduced you to Muto. He's the old guy who will probably be dead by the time you're 5 because he's really old. There's an old guy who lives across the street that used to play with our dog Maggie. Yeah, and next week will be Maggie's 1-year anniversary, well, of her death. But it was thanks to you, kind of, that you were born. You know, she made us sad, and we realized that we were actually kind of using Maggie to put off putting in a family. Well, I don't know. I don't think any of that was conscious. It just, with Maggie gone, we realized we really should get to work on you, and we did. And here's another little kid. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Hello. Ah. Isai? Isaiぐらい? Oh, おめでとう. So that's basically, there's another baby. That's basically my story. And I thought there was something else I wanted to address. Oh yeah. Well, it's kind of not the time for it, but I got quite a bit of criticism from one person, especially regarding the driving video I did about a week and a half ago. I'm driving and looking at my cell phone. The cell phone I'm looking at is a map. It's a GPS system. I'm just looking at an arrow. So, but people are like, "Oh, you're driving so dangerously." That road that I was driving on, yes, you could have hit somebody. Actually, nobody's on that road. Most of that road is a highway. So unless you get on the highway, it would have been hard for me to hit anybody. And mostly the biggest scare would have been me hitting a guardrail, if anything. Yeah, it wasn't nearly as scary as it looked like to you guys, I'm sure. But some people are really, they want me to just take that video down. Like one person, take that video down and redo it. I'm not going to redo it. That's just ridiculous. Oh yeah, the other thing about you, little Godzilla, is that part of me thought when you were born I should become a nicer, gentler soul, right? Because, you know, I'm a daddy now. But I talked to Hiko Simon, your uncle Hiko Simon. I'm sure you're going to meet him and Leo sometime. But he's like, screw that. If anything, you should be meaner and tougher on the internet. And you don't have time to be nice anymore. Whoa, that was close. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But I want to keep being me. But being me is also being your father. So that's going to be interesting to see how this moron's going to change. And I'm talking about me. How am I going to change now that I'm your father and I'm a vlogger? We'll see. We'll see. Only time will tell. And I think that pretty much ends my long-ass laundry vlog as I wheel to Nagoya to meet Tomoko. We're going to go meet Tomoko Sensei right now. It's almost noon. I told her I'd meet her at noon. So this is perfect. Actually, why don't we get the camera, say hello to Tomoko before we turn off this camera? Yeah? You can see take advantage of the, oh yeah, it stopped raining, so for the last 2 days I haven't been able to ride my bicycle. Oh yeah, one more thing. My back is killing me thanks to carrying you around every day. It's exhausting. You're not that heavy, but I think the first day I started it, I worked out, and then on top of it, I carried you around hunched over at your grandma's house, which just really hurt my lower back. So now even just sitting a little bit really hurts my back. Yeah, that's a pain in the ass. So let's see. Gotta get back. They're having some kind of festival today. Kuruma ga demasu. Gochūi kudasai. Getting to the school. Foreigner hanging out here, dressed like Tom Cruise. So Tomoko should be here any minute if she's not here yet. I don't see her. I don't see her. She might be in front of the school now. She said she'd be there by noon, so. This is my YouTube partner. Everyone thinks that's your real mom. Not everyone, but a few few people still haven't realized that I'm not actually married to her. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Going into the school now. Speed this up maybe, huh? Afraid to get in the elevator with me. That's what happened. Okay, going to the school now. When you see this, I wonder what the school will look like. Or even if it's still here. Maybe something happened, we moved. We got bigger. Or we closed, who knows? Who knows what the future will bring? Yeah, Mark Wahlberg imitation, yeah. Hello, hello. Nope, not here yet. Huh, so she's a little late. Park the bicycle? I guess we're done. Here. Huh. There we go. To sign out. Okay. We're here. How long was this video? Thanks for watching. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I got an operation. Yeah, see? A little piece of, a little growth removed from my neck. I'll make a video about that soon. Coming soon. Look for that.
I want the nipple. I want the nipple.